It's time for the KSHB 41 Weather Academy, sponsored by Summer at Barstow.
Welcome back, kids and curious adults, to the Weather Academy. I'm meteorologist Caleb Chevalier. Last week, we were tracking a thunderstorm up in Nottoway County that had a tornado warning on it for a little bit. And here's kind of a screen grab from what I was doing that afternoon. And I was talking about using the radar velocity pictures to try to diagnose where a tornado might have been. And I was looking at these colors that were reds and greens and talking about what that meant. So let's explore that in greater detail. What is a radar velocity image and why is it important to us? Well, first, let me remind you how the radar works. It's an echo with radio waves. So it's going to send a signal out to a thunderstorm, and those radio waves can detect anything in there from raindrops to hailstones to even snowflakes when it comes to wintertime. But in this case, the raindrops, and it's going to track the shape and the location of those objects. More often than not, again, it's going to be rain in there. But it is an echo, so it only works in two directions. It can understand objects moving toward itself or away from the radar. And we can distinguish that information by using color. So there was a reason I was showing reds and greens. Greens are what meteorologists typically use to depict objects out in the clouds that are moving toward the radar site, like this radar dome you see here. Red would indicate objects moving away from it, because again, we can only deal in two directions with radar, so we can diagnose toward and away. Why is that important? Well, when you have reds and greens close together on a radar picture, that means you have winds moving in opposing directions in very close proximity. And of course, the brighter colors would indicate stronger winds. Duller colors indicate winds that are not as strong. So what I'd be looking for in a situation like that, for green colors and red colors to be side by side and close together and bright on a radar picture, that means you have winds moving very close to each other very quickly. There's only one phenomenon in meteorology that really does that. That's a tornado, or at the very least, a rotating updraft in a thunderstorm. So those are the clues that we'll be looking for to try to tell us where a tornado might be. Anytime there's a tornado warning and we're on air tracking a storm like that, we're going to look for colors and signatures like that to help identify a tornado.
The KSHB 41 Weather Academy, sponsored by Summer at Barstow. Join our Facebook group today.